Good morning and welcome. I'm Karen, this Veronica Streams Coaching and Tarot. Today's Monday. Happy Monday to you all. It is our daily reading. I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot today. Let's give it a couple shuffles. Hope you all are staying cool. It's a little warm over here. I'm in Tennessee. Let's see what's going on. What do we got? Okay, the current situation. 10 of Wands, present influence, Tower. Future influence, King of Cups. What you don't see is the Knight of Pentacles, unexpected, Ten of Swords, challenge, King of Pentacles, strength, Page of Pentacles. Where does this lead? Chariot and King of Swords, Six of Cups, Seven of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. It's like there's a feeling of like I got the Ten of Wands there, which is just being at kind of like the end of your ropes. It feels very burdensome. Lots of heaviness, whether it's excuse me, like you don't feel like you can get through something, but kind of like I feel like it's drawing from almost being tired of standing up for yourself. Like I'm tired of feeling like I have to stand up for myself. I'm tired of feeling that way. And the Ten of Wands here, but what I'm really interested in is the Tower. And when I put down the cards, and the reason why I was looking at them for a long time, it feels like there's a change, and that change does lead to feeling overwhelmed. So there's something that may change that all of a sudden you're going to feel overwhelmed. I don't think it's necessarily bad. It could be like you go to work and you find out, someone's going to be out for a week. They have to take some personal time and it was unexpected. And now you've got more work than you think you can handle. Or, something happens at home where, your partner has to go travel somewhere. And now it's up to you to do a bunch of stuff. It's kind of like that kind of feeling, like something happens that leads to you having to evaluate how to handle the load. Let's take a look at that Tower. The reason why I don't think it's bad or negative is that the energy shifts quickly as well. The burden kind of changes, and we've got the King of Cups in the present, which feels to me like there is some like relief, room for help, or again, maybe it changes back. But tell me about this Tower. What is this Tower in the present influence, please? Two of Swords, Death, Page of Swords. Okay, so like making a decision about changing something here. So there's something about something that's been on your mind that you've been having to kind of maybe make a choice about, but it has to do with changes, upcoming changes, or changes in general. Again, we're talking the Tower, but this is more of transforming. But to me, this is about learning something, the Page of Swords here. So there is something very odd about this. Because I feel like with the Two of Swords to the Death, it's a decision you've made that you've wanted to, excuse me, that um, you want to transform. This is a decision for you to change, for you to grow. And there's some kind of realization here that leads to this change, which now then you feel burdened. So it could be like if you've wanted more responsibility, you wanted to grow at work, Yeah, now you get to, and maybe it's a little bit too quickly and suddenly. So there could be like a promotion, even this, even though, yeah, it feels like the tower is negative. It's not always, but it can lead to, things being rough. So tell me about this Ten of Wands. So this is our burden card. It speaks to having too much, feeling overloaded, being overloaded. However, it is the 10, so that's a good sign. Um, the 10's the ending, and we have the 10 of Swords there too. Tell me about the 10 of Wands, current situation. 2 of Wands, 10 of Swords, the King of Cups. So this is something like you've been planning an ending. 2 of Wands to the 10 of Swords. You're trying to end something here. Um, it's weird because the Tower is about the Death card, which is about transformation. This is about actually going, okay, well, now I've got to end something. And it's specifically about somebody. Now, this King of Cups can be someone you care about, but it also can just be about someone in your life that it could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or it could be um, someone that just is super caring, like they care. So it's weird, or you care about them. The King of Cups is representative of caring and empathy and also ease. There's something about the King of Cups that's easy. The the uh, the throne kind of goes with the flow, right? We talk about that, but it's odd. It's like the ending here, and I feel like the Tower kind of like sets that. So there's something that has to come to an end for this change to really grow with that Death card. Okay, so the Death card is about growth. The Tower is about like a sudden change. And it feels to me like that sudden change comes from the growth. However, it is affecting um, something that now you realize you have to put to an end. You've got to end this. And it's really odd to me that the Tower had the Two of Swords as the first clarifier, and this has the Two of Wands as the first clarifier. So this is some kind of balance as well. Twos are overall about balance. Where Two of Wands is about planning, Two of Swords is about making a choice, Two of Cups is about a balanced relationship, Two of Pentacles is about balancing your life. So the twos are very much about balance, and they show up twice. So there's something where there's maybe too much emphasis somewhere, and but this tells me that you're trying to balance the end of something, and it's hard because it could be like, let's say your boss. Now I'm going to use work as the example here instead of love. I feel like this is your boss is just someone that's really kind, and if you get a promotion you may not be reporting to him, or you may be, so it may change, like someone in the now. It's going to be hard because that's someone you care about and is a caring person. And then we have the King of Cups and the future influence. So let's clarify this guy, because again, here he comes up again. So this is again an influence. It's influencing your day, your time in the near future, next few days, next couple days. Tell me about the King of Cups, please. Okay, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and Five of Swords. There is a feeling to me about money and work. There's a lot of Pentacles hanging out here. So Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Swords. So this might be a situation or a person that you've been holding on to, but I feel like there is some mastery going on here. So if it's work, this King of Cups has been helping you like master skills maybe, or if it's a relationship, you've been holding on to the relationship to try to make it work. But the Five of Swords is also, I feel like there is something with this King of Cups can seem very loving, caring, easy, like I said. But the Five of Swords here says there's something that doesn't feel right. So even though this King of Cups is influencing you in the future, it doesn't feel right. You've been doing the work. You've been holding on. You've been focused with this Eight of Pentacles. Something just doesn't feel right with this Five of Swords. So there's the warning. It's kind of like something just doesn't feel good here. Something feels wonky. And then there's that King of Cups again. Um, yeah, let's look at, okay, so what we don't see is the Knight of Pentacles. There is something happening that you don't realize. Someone's moving very slowly, or something is moving very slowly. If this is work related, you know, there could be, even though this change feels like a burden, things are still working in the background here, moving forward. Tell me about this Knight of Pentacles. If it's a person, again, they're moving towards you or moving towards something where it's just very slow. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Cups, Devil, and Tower. If this is, well, in some cases, this is going to be a relationship. The Ten of Cups to the Devil, something that you've been attached to. You may have been just attached to a relationship in general where you have felt like, you know, there was good stuff and you're attached to it, but things have changed here with the wheel, that time has moved on, and 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 I feel like it's going to continue to move on with that Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, it's almost like the situation, there's a combination here. You see that attachment with the Ten of Cups. So that feels to me like total. Now, it could be too, like you're attached to an idea at work. Like you get attached to people at work because if you've worked with them for years and you're suddenly going to change, then that affects you as well. But the wheel, I think, is good in the respect that it's a reminder that even if things seem a little bit hard, things are moving forward. And this tells us that things are moving forward too, in a slow way and in a positive way. So no matter what that Knight of Pentacles is, even if it's a change to an end, that ending is a good ending and will allow you to, you know, reap the benefits of the ending, so to speak. You know, you're making room for other things because something is coming to a clear end, and this comes in your unexpected, the Ten of Swords. That's just over. Something's done. And what is this that's done? What is this? What is this Ten of Swords? Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands, Nine of Swords. Well, it feels like you might not be stressed anymore. That could be coming to an end. Something that you've been really, you know, kind of like had your eyes set on. I feel like there's something that's coming in that allows you to be done, like with the stress, with the anxiousness. There's something here that's changing that is going to kind of free you from the anxiousness. So this Ten of Swords may seem hard. It's not at all. There's something good coming to an end, but it's something that's been important to you. We got the Three of Swords here. Some kind of situation that's been, you've either felt far away, or disappointed, or someone has, you know, not made you feel so good, or work has not. That's changing. We've got King of Coins in your King of Pentacles and the challenge. And I'm going to clarify this. So I want to see if it's a person or a feeling, because there could be someone, if this is work related, there could be someone that's a challenge, someone that's maybe a little bit higher up ranking, right? The King of Pentacles. And you may have to prove yourself, or they just may be a difficult person. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. Oh, they're a cause of your stress. Yeah. Okay. So even though it may seem like something that you're wishing for, it's also the reason why you feel like you've been really anxious about having to stand your ground. Again, here's that. So if you're like really trying to prove yourself at work or to somebody, this is that person. And you're trying to do that because you're trying to reach a dream here, or what's really important to you. So like if it's work, if there's been something you've been standing up for that's been really important to you, this person is in your way. This person's a challenge. Now, again, they're just a challenge. So it doesn't mean that they're not avoidable in some way or another. Otherwise it wouldn't come up, in the reading, because the whole reason for the cards in the challenge is to let you know, giving you information to navigate. So if there's someone that's standing in the way, maybe you have to do some, you know, no, I'm not going to say manipulate because that's a bad word, but you might have to like talk them into seeing it your way, What is the Page of Pentacles? So I feel like this is a strength. This is a discovery, but you've been working really hard and that's going to pay off here. I feel like that's what that's saying. And that's why it's in the strength. Something that you've been doing is really going to pay off for you. Page of Pentacles. So Four of Cups, something you've had your eyes set on, and you've been disappointed about it, but you've been working to get it back, like get whatever it is that you feel like was important to you. Four of Cups to Five of Cups, focusing too much on one thing. Again, focusing on what you've lost, but you lost it because you didn't have your eyes open. You understand that. And this is you picking things back up. Like, go, okay, no, these are my cups that I have. And now I'm going to focus on that. So you're learning a lot how to deal with a big disappointment. The disappointment, though, came from something that was important to you. Four of Cups. So, right, Four of Cups to the Five of Cups. When you focus on one thing too long, you could lose it. Then what? And this is coming out of that. And that Page of Pentacles, though, is the work you've done. It's not like it came for free. It's not like it just happened. You've been doing the work. So we have the Chariot, and where this leads, to me, this can be victory. This can be travel. This can be moving forward towards something. We've got the King of Swords after that, which definitely can be having a clear view or somebody. And the only reason why I say somebody, we've got Six of Cups. Whatever's happening here, it's going to definitely end up reminding you of something from the past. It doesn't mean like a past person comes back. It could be a whole different scenario. It just feels more like something from the past, or you're using the past to navigate through a situation. That's why, well, this kind of happened to me once before. Maybe I can, do this or that or the other thing. Let's see what the Chariot is. Tell me about this Chariot, please. What is the Chariot and where this leads? What is this Chariot? I mean, I like the Chariot because no matter what, it's moving forward. And that's so important. It's odd to me, the Six of Cups. I don't think like you're moving backward, but I feel like that Six of Cups is going to be a reminder. And when we have a reminder, then we can navigate through things better because this is what I did before it didn't work, or this is what I did before and it did work. Tell me about the Chariot, please. There's that King of Cups, the Hermit, and the Tower. So there has been something that's changing here, and you're definitely this could be an offer coming in the Chariot. The King of Cups is I think that either you have discovered something about this King of Cups, and that has caused that change, right? That shift in energy. And now I feel like this could be an offer coming in or a opportunity. And it's because, though, that you've searched and you've taken the time to really look at what you want to do. And I feel like a lot of this is work. There's something really about work here. There's some relationship stuff coming up, but I feel like it's the relationships at work or dealing with people at work, because we've had the King of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Cups. We've had them all. So this could be someone that changes like a chameleon. Not really, but they could be. But this is all from this change. So this is good. This Chariot, this change that's in the present influence, this is good. This is influencing you to move forward. Now, what's this King of Swords here? And I like it when the Tower is a good card, because sometimes we need that change to help us, to kickstart us to move something or do something differently. What is this King of Swords here? King of Swords. World, King of Wands, Seven of Cups. So here's the king. So stoic. He's so stoic. Almost, and when I say stoic, I almost was thinking stone, you know, like so rigid. World, King of Wands. See, here's now the other king, and here comes the King of Wands. We've got all of them in here. There's something here about, like, there is something that's elevating with that world. And I feel like it's this person, this king here, is, or that world, right, is a positive ending, a ending that you've worked hard for. Um, it's a reaching a goal. And the King of Wands is about that passion, right? The Seven of Cups is about choices. I feel like there's something here with this that you are going to you're making a decision. This is somebody you have to make a decision about. And it could be literally a job offer as well. But the reason why you have to make a decision is because you're deciding, you've come to a um, reaching a goal again. And the King of Wands is that passion. There's been something here about passion, and now you have to make a choice. Do I want this intellect, or do I want passion? What do I want? Do I want, and again, this is work, the great, do I want to be super intellectual, or do I want to have that passion and that excitement in this position? And you have your choice because you've reached that pivotal time. So there's something here about this person, or this feeling is going to be about how this moves forward. And I think what ends up happening here is you're deciding here with the Six of Cups to do something. Your ultimate Seven of Cups, your ultimate choice is going to be something that feels more familiar to you. And what is the Six of Cups? Nine of Cups. Justice. Ooh, I pulled out both of these. I'm going to Eight of Wands, or Eight of Cups and Seven of Wands. So yeah, that's almost telling me you're leaving, like having to worry about standing up for yourself. And I feel like the Nine of Cups with the Justice is, you are trying to reach, your dreams, right? You've got some super desires, and that's been like hard with that Justice. Like there's something that has to right. Now remember that Five of Swords. That did not feel good. To me, that felt like something was really off. And with this, I pulled out both of these, the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups is a walking away from trying to constantly feel like you have to stand up for yourself. So I feel like there's something here where you realize that how to really reach a goal here. And it's not to constantly feel like, if you're constantly feeling like you have to justify yourself, or you're constantly feeling like you have to stand up for yourself, that's done. Like, I'm not going to do that. I haven't had to do that in the past, so why am I doing it now? And I'm going to change that. I'm going to do one more card. Where else does this lead? There's something missing here, and it could be on purpose. Yeah, and then and it goes to the Nine of Pentacles, where you are definitely reaching a higher, leveling up, whether it's work or love or anything. And even if it is love, the Nine of Pentacles is about independence. It's more about understanding and recognizing what you have. It doesn't mean that you're single. It doesn't mean that you're independent and don't have someone. What it does mean is, this is everything I've done, and this is everything I've accomplished. And that's going to be important too, as well. So what's our advice, please? Three of Cups. I feel like, okay, so instead of looking at the burden right now, and focusing on how hard this is, and and the change itself might feel hard, there feels to me like there's something that you need to focus on around the people around you. Enjoy the people around you now. I feel like it's almost like don't take things so seriously, because we've got this Seven of Wands, which makes me feel like, oh, I'm constantly trying to stand up for myself. I'm constantly trying to prove a point. Well, instead, just enjoy. Like, and I mean, there's some things that are really important to us, and it's hard to let go. But if you feel like you've been fighting it nonstop, that Five of Swords that I saw earlier held a lot for me for this reading. It's really like speaking to me as there's something that you can't control here. There's something that's not quite right. And we had the Justice come up, so that might come up later. So if there's something not quite right, no matter how much you put your foot down, it's not going to benefit you. It's just going to constantly feel like you're constantly trying to work through something. So instead, enjoy the people around you, enjoy the now, celebrate the now, um, and look at things from a more loving perspective and a friendly perspective instead of serious. Again, that King of Swords kind of makes me feel that way as well. So there you have your reading for today. A little weird. I will be honest, that doesn't sit right. It'll be interesting to see what tomorrow brings. So take care. Have a beautiful day.